Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast! I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2021, the album, Dad F. Rock on, Gold Dust Woman. Boost! How are you guys doing today? All right, before we get into this video, which today we're going to talk about Gabbie Hanna's new video. She put an apology out. We're going to talk about her apology in just a second. Before we do, I want to give a special shout out to AdamandEve.com for sponsoring this video, because nothing says I'm sorry like a good lube from AdamandEve.com. If you go over to AdamandEve.com and you use my code Peter, thank God my name isn't Richard, because then it would be code Dick, but it's not, it's code Peter. So anyway, you can go over and you can use my code Peter, and you can get 50% off your first item plus free shipping and handling over there. Handling, 24-hour customer service, 90-day hassle-free. So listen, whatever you order, okay, which, by the way, I will have no idea what it is that you order. It comes completely anonymous. They don't, like, call me up and we don't go, like, guess what, Judy Smith? Or, no, it's not a bunch of that, okay? Even though you probably got, like, that movie, Bend Over Fences. I heard it's a bestseller over there on the, because I've been talking so much about it. Listen, okay, they got furniture, they got swings, they got all kinds of stuff over there, okay? But I won't know what you bought. I won't, okay? Trust, I won't. But anyway, it comes like completely like, wrapped anonymously, like Dirty Magazines did back in the 80s. No, true story, it does. But nobody, your neighbors, none of that, they won't know what it is, okay? And then if you don't like it, if you get it at home and you try it, hassle-free, okay? If you get it home and you try it and you're like, I don't like it, I want a different size, then you just send it back. You just send it back, see? And it's hassle-free. And 20% of all of their proceeds goes to the fight of HIV and AIDS around the world, which I think is fantastic. So please check out AdamandEve.com. And thank you again, AdamandEve.com, for sponsoring this video. And don't forget, okay, if you get into a fight with your partner or your good Judy or even yourself, nothing says I'm sorry like a gift from AdamandEve.com. Don't you think they should use my motto? I do. Okay, so let's get into this video. Now, woo! Y'all, I'm so tired, okay? Do you ever get too much sleep? I think I got too much sleep last night. I went to bed at 10 and I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning. People are like, why do you stay up and have such late hours? I'm like, because I get more done late at night than I do during the day. I woke up today and I'm like, oh my God, I could go back to sleep for another 9 hours, but I didn't, okay? I vlogged and then I went and I did a review of, for my review channel, Peter Review Stuff. I did a review of the Panera Bread mac and cheese meets soup, okay? Now, I did get a Diet Coke because I'm on a diet. I told the lady, I said, now I'm on a diet, so I want a Diet Coke. But I got chips too. But I think they were diet chips. I'm not sure. They didn't taste like diet chips. They were pretty good. But I don't know. Do you ever just tell yourself sometimes those things? Like you look at the bag and you're like, I don't really know what any of this nutritional value stuff means anyway, so I'll just tell myself it's probably pretty nutritious, Like when they're kettle fried or whatever instead of like deep grease. Like you don't get the Lay's potato, why am I going off on this tangent? You don't get like, a bag of potato chips, a bag of potato chips. You don't get a bag of potato chips and they say, you need baby powder with it. No, you don't get a bag of potato chips and they say on the side of them, okay, these are the most unhealthiest thing in the entire world for you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I did get a Diet Coke because like I said, I'm on a diet. Anyway, so I reviewed that. I started a new audiobook. I just finished the September book for a true crime book club. If you'd like to join our true crime book club, it's listed below. It's on Facebook. All you have to do is, woo! I am winded. I do talk fast, don't I? And later today, well, I'll be posting videos on all of my channels today, just like I did yesterday, minus my Peter Does Stuff new channel. My new channel, Peter Does Stuff, my third video is going up over there today, and I'm very excited about it. But let's talk about Gabbie Hanna at 4 minutes and 36 seconds for all you time stampers out there. Are you a time stamper? Piss off. Anyway, so yesterday I made a video about how Gabbie Hanna had gone on Keemstar's Drama Alert, and then Trisha Paytas wasn't happy about that, and then Gabbie Hanna came out and she made this video called I Wrote a Song for Trisha Paytas, because of course I'm sure she thought that would probably make Trisha happy, right? Like when you don't want to be in drama and you say you don't want to be in drama, then you come out and you cause some drama. You know, there are a lot of people that are accused of kind of doing certain things when they have products coming out. For example, Jeffree Star is somebody that is always accused of stirring up drama, like, you know, a controversial drama when he has new products coming out. Okay, I believe that to be true. A lot of people think that Jaclyn Hill only gets active on social media when she's getting ready to release a product. Okay, that is proof, and she only posts videos more regularly when she's getting ready to push a product. That has proven to be true only over time. A lot of people in the last year have said that Gabbie Hanna only comes out and starts stirring up drama and doing all this kind of stuff when she has music coming out. Gabbie Hanna has a song coming out on September 25th. I believe that to be true. I really can't be convinced otherwise at this point. She's already complained that she's been shadow banned. She doesn't think people are getting to see her music. She probably isn't selling as much music as she used to because she's the finest singer in the entire world, you know, I don't know, since Billie Holiday or something. I mean, I know we're all racing out there to buy her 8-track, so... But anyway, I mean, I said yesterday in my video, like, there's a couple of her songs that I like, and they're fine. It's YouTuber music, okay? Y'all, let's just be for real, okay? If she... Like what you like, okay? Like what you like. And there's some stuff out there that's kind of a bit strange, too, that I like, okay? You know, this is kind of like Sutton. Sutton's my new favorite on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. When they were talking about Lisa Rinna doing the dance on the Instagram, you know? And what's her name? Oh, the one that just drives me crazy that has the fake accent. Why, I can't think. Dorit. Dorit says... well, it was kind of rude because you said it was weird. And she goes, it was weird, you know. She goes, well, why don't we make a big deal out of it, Dorit? I loved when she called her out and she said that. Oh my God, that was my favorite moment. And because Dorit makes a big deal out of everything, right? But, you know, she was like, it was a bit weird. Okay, Gabbie Hanna is like, here's the thing, right? Like, I mean, I feel this way about a lot of these musicians on YouTube. Didn't Justin Timberlake get discovered on YouTube? I mean, aren't a lot of these musicians discovered on YouTube? Like, if you were that fine of a musician, wouldn't you be off of YouTube and just be putting out music at this point? I'm just saying, okay? Like, I'm just asking, right? If your music was so fine, would you be defending yourself? I mean, she literally never posts videos anymore unless she's defending herself, okay? Or coming out with drama or what. I mean, that is like the majority of what her videos are, honestly, okay? The ones that I can even be bothered to watch. So if that's what she's coming out and she's doing, then it seems to me like, are you more focused on your music career or are you not? Because at some point, you know, whatever. But I will say this, and I'm going to do a live reaction because I have not read this apology video, so I might eat my words here in a couple seconds, right? But it seems to me that Gabbie Hanna might be one of several people that I have covered since I have had a drama channel that maybe somebody needs to take her phone, okay? Maybe she's not somebody that can live on a public forum. Maybe she's not somebody that can live in the social media, being a public figure. You know, because I think there's a lot of people that want that and what goes along with that, the fame and the money and all that kind of stuff, but they really can't handle it, okay? You really cannot say, I want to be a public figure and I want everything that goes along with it, but I don't want any of the criticism. And you're not allowed to say anything to me, and you're not allowed to do this, and you know, whatever. And if you do, then I'm going to make 15 videos proving myself. I mean, it's such a bad look, okay? It is just such a bad look. You kind of got to just eat some of it and keep on walking. Eat some of it and keep on walking. People are going to say things about... I mean, like, think about it, really, okay? You think the Kardashians, who, let's just be for real, they crave attention, okay? They've gotten the attention that they craved. They've financially done very, very well off of basically doing nothing, okay? And, you know, like, they don't address all of this drama. Very, very rarely do the Kardashians addressing this kind of drama. In fact, think of your favorite celebrity. Very rarely do any of them addressing this kind of drama. Who does address drama that I've talked about other than YouTubers? Oh, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. If you watch the reunion, that's all it is, them addressing drama. Why? It's a reality show, okay? It's a reality show based around trumped up drama. So if that's the case, then Gabbie Hanna is basing her career off of trumped up drama. In fact, I said this yesterday, that they are losing their careers off of this, and somebody commented, and I was like, in talking about Trisha and Gabbie, and somebody commented this, and I thought, well, that's actually kind of a fair statement. They said, this is their career. And quite frankly, this is their career at this point, you know? So, after all of this kind of stuff, you know, Trisha Paytas, she came out, she had a bunch to say, okay? Then all this goes on, and everybody's like, ah, screaming all this kind of stuff. Now, I thought that was it. I thought it had died, and it was going to be over. Trisha Paytas hasn't come out, and she hasn't said anything more, I don't think. Whatever, okay? Lo and behold, I wake up today, because I just guess I slept straight through this last night, and what's-her-face, Gabbie Hanna, she done put up this apology video. Okay, wait. When we want to talk about critiquing apology videos, this is not an apology video where she sat down on video and talked. This is an apology where here, I'll show you, okay, it's here somewhere, I think it's over here. She put up this picture and ran it for 3 minutes and like 4 seconds or something, just as a video with spooky music in the background, okay? What? Which is probably the background music to her next song that's coming out. Because this is more feeding, you know, the fire. I'm just like, I am so confused. Like, okay, first of all, yet again, all these people that are like, oh, they have PR people, they have PR people. No PR person would ever tell Gabbie Hanna to do this. No. And if they did, they should be fired instantly. No PR person would say, I think it's a good idea. She posted it on her Patreon first, which we're going to talk about in just a second. The only reason I know that is because I read the description box underneath it. And thank God somebody went in and transcribed the whole thing and wrote it, because you can't even see it because it's in such fine, itsy bitsy, teeny weeny, yellow polka dot bikini writing. I can't see it, okay? Not even with my good readers on, I couldn't see it. So anyway, she apparently posted on her Patreon first. Then she said, well, I feel like this should be for the whole public to see, okay? Which then again, feeding people to go over and go, what else does she post on her Patreon? Well, maybe I should become a member of her Patreon, okay? Cha-ching. So she puts this up in this video, right? It's one of those typed up in your notepad apologies that people usually put on Twitter, but she got them one up. You know what she did? She put it in a video with that spooky music in the background, and I'm like, this is weird. It's just weird. It's like Sutton said on The Real Housewives, this is weird. It's weird. It doesn't make no sense. Why didn't you get in the video and read it, gal? Why didn't you sit down on video and just read it? And this is what kills me, okay? The timing of it is, it's literally like, okay, all this drama happens, and then there's like a break of a day where I truly believe that Gabbie Hanna, like, she steps away from Twitter and all this going on for a second, and then she's like, I mean, she's got like, you know, always there's 2 of her friends or her boyfriend in the background that she's always talking to. She's like, have you seen this? Have you seen this? She's like pointing to the computer screen and stuff like, whoo, it's too much, right? I'm sure she stepped away from this for 24 hours and was like, I don't know what to do. Like, should I do this? Should I apologize? I mean, how should I apologize? Should I apologize in a letter? Should I apologize in a video? I mean, I don't know. Should I write it out? Should I think it out? Should I wear the gray hoodie? Should I cry? Should I not cry? I mean, I don't know. What do they want from me? I don't know. I haven't got the song coming out. What should I do? And I'm sure it was just this, okay, for 24 hours. To the point that she sat down, because I have a feeling that nobody in Gabbie Hanna's life can tell her what to do. So if they sit down and say, you know what, Gabbie, I really don't think this is a good idea. No. I know this is what I'm going to do. This is the best idea. This is what I'm going to do. And then she puts it on paper and she puts it out to the world. Well, let's hear what Gabbie Hanna had to say. I'm ready to hear it. Hold on a second. Let me put some lip gloss on first. This song better be worth it. I'm telling you, it better sell millions. Because here's the thing, okay? And I read a lot of the comments underneath there, because I did want to see if somebody could transcribe it for me, which they did. I saw 2 people did it. But here, not for me, but just for the general public, you know. But here's the thing, okay? If Gabbie Hanna has a song coming out 3 months from now, and she brings this stuff up with Trisha or anybody else again down the road, or there's more drama, this is purely manufactured drama just to sell music. You cannot come out and continue to do this over and over and over again without somebody calling you out. And Gabbie Hanna, I'm calling you out, okay? I'm not saying that Trisha Paytas didn't make 15 TikToks about her. I'm not saying that people aren't being nice to her, okay? I've been a fair drama channel to Gabbie Hanna. And these comments in there where people are like, drama channels, they lump us all together. I don't know. I watched a lot of videos, and I have to say a lot of videos were pretty fair to Gabbie Hanna. A lot of drama videos were real fair to Gabbie Hanna, you know? A lot of drama videos didn't even use Gabbie Hanna's name in it because apparently she's shadow banned, you know? Which, by the way, she said you can't look at her videos in a library, and I'm getting ready to go to the library today, and I'm going to check it out. And trust, okay? If I get in a library and I can get online and watch a Gabbie Hanna video, I'm telling you right now that I'm going to call that lie out straight. Don't think I won't, because she said that in her Keemstar interview. You can't watch it in schools, you can't watch it in libraries. Well, we'll see. We'll see, because I'm going to the library today, so I'm going to check it out, and I'm going to see. And I'm going to record it, too, if you can. If you can watch it, I'm going to record it. And if you can't, I'm going to record it. And that way, we'll know. That'll be factual evidence, okay? So let's get in here. Whoo! Whenever everybody wants to come for drama channels and lump us all together and say that kind of stuff, I get real heated, okay? Because I try to be fair to people. I really, really do. And I think there's quite a few other drama channels out there that try to be fair to people, too. But then when we get lumped together, like, I don't know, who are you talking about? You know, Judy Smith out there that I didn't even know her channel exists, and you're putting us all together in one. I've tried to be fair. Let's just be for real. Gabbie Hanna, she's been rude as SHI Tik to me. Oh, my Lord, to me. She hasn't responded to me. She didn't respond to my DM. She thanked all these people for reaching out to her during her absence from her being on the internet. Well, you didn't reach out to me. You could have just said, hey, Peter, I really don't want to talk about it publicly. Please just leave it alone. You could have said, hey, Peter, like, I don't want to address this anymore. You could have said, hey, Peter, this was true, what I told you. Hey, Peter, there was no truth to it whatsoever, but I'd like to keep it just between you and I. Hey, Peter, would you talk to me on the phone? Which my answer would have been no. Anything that we're going to talk about is going to be written down from now going out. On and on and on. She didn't respond to me at all. She just unfollowed me and didn't respond. Like, that's rude, okay? So when she wants to talk about all this kind of stuff, Gabbie Hanna has reached out to drama channels, myself included, when she wants something from them. Gabbie Hanna has all these DMs and text messages from people because she wants something from them. I don't know, like, I don't even know what to think about it anymore. But here we are at 16 minutes. I haven't gotten into this damn video yet. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, so here we are. Put the picture up here. She says underneath here, for easier reading, set to public, you can go to her Patreon. This was originally posted to Patreon, and I decided it's something that should be said publicly. I posted it as a video so that everyone who saw the original video had a better chance of seeing this. Thank you to my patrons, fans, friends, and those who reached out to have constructive conversations with me. To be clear, so it doesn't feel contradictory later on, I'll still be posting Call Me Crazy on September 25th, of course she is. I invested a lot into it and very proud of it. I just wish I had gone about announcing it with more grace. Girl, you could have made the whole video and never once said that it was about Trisha Paytas and just kind of acted like it was about you. Like, that's the thing. You never, like, you don't hear all these people get into interviews about their songs and say, well, this song was about so-and-so, or this song was, you think that musicians don't write songs about people? I'm sure they do, okay? But you didn't have to get in there. People are wondering about Carly Simon, You're So Vain, to this day. Who'd she write the song about? People don't know. What, you know, they think, was it Paul Simon? Who was it? People to this day don't know. Girl, you didn't need to get no video the day after Trisha Paytas goes off. No, you wanted that drama. You cannot convince me that Gabbie Hanna doesn't want drama. But I bet you anything before we get into this, she's going to tell us, I don't like drama. I bet you somewhere in this apology video, she's going to say, I don't like drama. Well, I'm going to hit this Patreon thing to see if you have to pay to see this apology. No, you don't. Here it goes. Okay. September 15th, 2020. So, I shouldn't have jumped the gun on you, Gabbie, on that one. I thought I was doing the best thing at the time, but I see now that I wasn't. I truly, truly don't. Oh, girl, that's a knee slapper. Literally. I truly, truly don't like drama. I wish it didn't exist. However, you know how drama don't exist? You don't make it exist, okay? You don't want chocolate chip cookies, girl? You don't make chocolate chip cookies. You don't want a Papa John's pizza sitting in your kitchen? You don't order a Papa John's pizza. You know what I'm saying, girl? You don't want drama? Don't stir it up. I'm just saying, okay? Let me get back to this crap. I do try to make the best of drama. You sure do. I think the main thing is I have a very different experience and view living it than all the people passively watching it. To me, this isn't starting or rehashing anything. To me, this is taking a negative situation that already exists and continues to exist and making a positive situation out of it. I'm going to tell you what I think in a second that positive situation, in all seriousness, I'm going to. Something that might not be super obvious to everyone else is that while it might be cold tea to the world, it takes me a long time to process stuff. I need to take major steps back to collect myself, sort out how I'm actually feeling, organize my thoughts, and articulate it in a way that isn't damaging to myself or anybody else. While the world was forgetting about it and getting bored, I was still very much dealing with the aftermath. I don't like to respond to something until I've healed from it, and usually healing from it for me means creating music or art. But you didn't say that. That wasn't what you said in your video about Trisha Paytas, and you completely lied. You said you made the video for her in a positive way, that it wasn't you taking the situation that happened with you and Trisha and turning into a joke. You said that it was what I gained from the video. Maybe I need to watch it for a third time, but what I got from it was that Trisha and you had talked about doing a song together, and so you started writing it and thinking about all of these things that Trisha had said you said these were all things that Trisha had said herself about herself. I didn't realize you were making a song about the situation between you and Trisha. Now that would be completely different, I guess. Okay, and usually healing from it for me means creating music or art. When I don't take that time to process, well, we all saw what happens when I speak before processing. Cue high school effing bullies clip. Yep, saw that one. Didn't comment on it. Didn't make a drama video about it and left you well enough alone for that, okay? Thought maybe she's just having a bad day. We'll just leave it. That's always been my survival method. Make your tragedies a work of art. Yes, I believe that. Turn your wounds into wisdom. Oprah said that. Or whatever. It always felt like, if I can make this situation into something emotionally beneficial for me, then everything will have been worth it. Like, maybe I can reshape the situation in my head. This wasn't just a terrible thing that I went through. This was the inspiration and driving force behind this wonderful thing I made. That being said, I don't need to talk about it all the time. I can just create the thing and let that be it. I can allow that healing portion of it be for me, just for me, and be proud of what I made. As much as I love to explain the inspiration behind my music, some things don't need to be spoken. I'm still trying. A lot of your videos, gal, they're not inspiration for music, okay? They're literally going off and reading DMs and proving people wrong. That's what it is. I've seen more videos like that than I have of videos of you talking about the inspiration for your music. And I'm just being completely honest here and fair. I'm still trying to figure out the line between engaging in drama and defending myself. Sometimes it really does feel, from my end, that people are allowed to say whatever they want about me. But girl, hey, listen, I feel you on this one. I totally do, okay? I totally feel you on this one. She says, sometimes it really does feel from my end that people are allowed to say whatever they want about me, but if I respond in any way that I'm stirring the pot, or I've expressed my side, or that it's hurt me, I'm playing the victim. I do believe there's a fair difference between starting drama and not allowing someone to walk all over you. When you're a kid, they teach you how to deal with oh, she even talks about this compliment sandwich. I swear to God, I'm going to lose it right here on video. Okay. When you're a kid, they teach you how to deal with bullies. Hold the eye rolls, please. Stand up to them, be confident, set boundaries. Strike while the iron is cold. This is and has been, whether people see it or not, bullying. It's just normally dealt with in a principal's office and not on YouTube and TikTok. So I dealt with it the way I teach my little siblings to deal with bullies. Well, I'll tell you what. Number one, I feel like we way overuse the word bullying in today's society. And it really, I'm not saying that mass harassment of a public figure does not happen, because I think it does. And I'm not going to take that away from Gabbie Hanna. I think the victim is who defines whether or not they've been bullied, okay? Now, I have no problem saying that I've been a victim of bullying. Are you sitting here saying that you're a victim? Because you're saying, I don't want to be the victim, but I do want to play the victim. Now, I do want to insert something right here. When Gabbie Hanna says at the beginning of this, she says, I'm still trying to figure out the line between engaging in drama and defending myself. Girl, I get you. I've been there, okay? And there have been many situations, you know, in my time of being on YouTube where I felt like I needed to defend myself, okay? And an in-depth work with my sponsor and an in-depth work with a counselor, which you say you have a counselor, what I realized was I don't owe anybody that, okay? I don't necessarily even know that I owe myself that. Sure, there are a lot of times that I want to defend myself because I want to tell on somebody else, okay? We all inside of us at one time or another want to tell on somebody. We want to tell on somebody and say, if you knew what they did to me, if you knew the truth behind the scenes, if you knew this. But here's the reality about that, okay, Gabbie? Is that when you are pointing that finger and saying, this is what really happened and this is how it really was, because there's no way for you to defend yourself without talking about that other person, you're taking away valuable time and energy that you could be working on yourself, okay? It's not about when you're pointing at somebody, three fingers are pointing back to you, which is true. It's about the energy and the time and the effort that you're working on defending yourself, okay, at the expense of somebody else that you could be spending on yourself. I just don't care anymore. I really don't. Are there going to be times in the future that I'll defend myself? Sure. Are there going to be times that I choose not to? No. You know, one of my favorite movies of life, I don't think I talked about this yesterday, is the movie The Contender, okay? And in The Contender, I just looked at this quote up yesterday because I was like, I love this quote so much. I wanted to make sure that I got it right, and now I don't have it pulled up, right? But in The Contender, it's about this woman, and she's being, you know, appointed as a Supreme Court justice. And there's this whole deal that happens where they think there's these pictures of her from when she was in college that were nude and all this kind of stuff. She won't respond to it. She won't talk about it. Well, at the very end, they find out that these pictures were faked. Okay, they're fake pictures. And the president says to her when he tells her that she got, she finds out that she gets appointed to be the Supreme Court justice. And he says, why didn't you ever respond to them when they asked? And something to that effect. And she says it was never theirs to ask in the first place. Meaning that there are some things that are too private, okay? There are some things that you just keep to yourself, that you don't have to address with everybody in the world, and you don't owe it to anybody else. And her quote that I love is, principles only mean something if you stick to them when they're inconvenient. Okay, now think about that, right? Who do you want to be going forward? This is not about the need to defend yourself or stay out of drama. I think there are many moments that you could stay out of drama. Gabbie, I'm telling you right now, if any YouTuber out there, and Gabbie Hanna has asked me before how to address drama, and she did the exact opposite of what I told her. She asked a drama channel, which then I found out later she had been talking to other drama channels, okay? And I knew at the time that I talked to her, she had talked to one because she mentioned his name, that asked them the exact same question about some drama that she got in 2 years ago, okay? With that brush deal, right? And I told her how to handle it. I told her not to do anything. It's going to go away. This will blow over. It's not that big a drama. And she blew it into this huge drama, right? Okay. So sometimes you have to know what's the difference between this is something that I really seriously need to address and this is not. In this situation, I would have let this go, okay? Trisha's on to something else. She's not talking about you anymore. You didn't need to talk about it. And you need to let it go. You're the one that's wanting to stoke this fire. And this doesn't feel like a whole lot like an apology to me so far. Okay, so on the one hand, I don't feel comfortable setting the example that you shouldn't defend yourself when someone is mocking, harassing, or spreading rumors about you. But on the other hand, it doesn't feel like I set the right example in giving this attention the way that I did. I'm still processing this as well, so I'm sure I'll find the answer in a few months to a year or so. All I know right now is I don't feel good about it, so there's probably something wrong. Okay, that's fair, I think. I saw a quote for the umpteenth time this week that keeps throwing itself in my face, and I keep forgetting it. Learn to be okay with people not knowing your side of the story. I think that's absolutely 100% true, depending on what the situation is. But you got to ask yourself, is this a decision in my life? We live life on a decision tree. Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Should I do that? You got to ask yourself in the moment, is this a fight I'm worth fighting? But Gabbie, it seems to you to me that every fight to you is worth fighting to some degree, It's been one of the more challenging lessons that, I'm learning it, but for some reason keep failing the test. Okay, lessons are repeated until they are learned, which means, like you said, that you're not learning it. So, evaluate why you're not learning this lesson of, learn to be okay with people not knowing your side of the story. The reality is, to me, I am a believer that lessons are repeated until they are learned. So if this keeps on happening to you, it's because you're refusing the lesson. So that's not about Trisha. That's not about Jesse Smiles. That's not about Keemstar. It's not about all these other people. It's about you refusing the lesson. It's pretty simple, okay? This doesn't matter if they're YouTubers or public figures or not. And I would say the same thing to myself. Anyway, I'm sorry for sending so many mixed messages in these last few weeks. I realize that my actions aren't aligning with my words. I saw this move as something that would hopefully smooth over a situation that seems to be never ending. But if I was a wiser woman or had a drop of common sense, I would have realized that the one thing that won't end it is continuing it. Amen. There's not many people who can give advice in these situations because realistically, not many people have lived this experience or could even fully imagine it. I agree. I'm kind of flailing, trying to figure it out on my own. I appreciate all your patience with me as I navigate whatever the F it is that I'm doing, haha. I promise that moving forward, I'll try to handle it in a way that makes me feel more proud and gives you something to be proud of. Thank you for all your love and kindness, Peach Out. Okay, okay. I agree with that. When I was talking to my counselor about it, he just totally didn't get this. And he looked at me one day and he said, I don't have to get this situation and the people that you're talking about and everything that's going on for me to understand that you need to take breaks from social media, which was when we designed a schedule that I would only check in on Twitter twice a day. He said that you need to take care of your physical and mental health first before all else. And he was like, he was like, so, we worked around it. It wasn't that difficult. He's like, I know people. He was like, I don't have to know the specifics of social media to understand people and to understand you and to understand how you need to take responsibility for your actions and bring this all back to you, you know, and what can you learn from that? So, you know, I don't think that you need to have basically a YouTube guru that can understand everything that's going on. What you're saying in that situation is, I want somebody that's going to align with my feelings and my emotions. I'm kind of confused as to what she's even apologizing for here, though. She said she was wrong. Wrong in doing what? I don't, going on the interview? Like, it doesn't even really saying it. Rehashing it, doing she obviously, does she mean the Trisha Paytas video? No, because she just put it, it's still up. I wrote a song. So I'm confused. What is she apologizing for? Does somebody know? Let's see what people say in the comment sections below. Everybody's just talking about how small the comments are. I really appreciate the honesty, vulnerability, and authenticity in this, and like most situations are not black and white, they're gray. Most people are not heroes or villains, they're both. Life is, I agree with that. Okay, you can't, but here's the thing. I was at the end. I was at 30-minute video long. But here's the thing, okay? If you put something out there like this, you have to ask yourself, okay? Like, if 6 months down the road I'm doing this again and somebody throws it in my face, am I gonna be okay with that? Like, you know, we saw Jeffree Star come out and say, hold me accountable, and then got very, very upset when people held him accountable, right? So if you say I'm wrong, and then a month from now people are like, here you are, you're doing it again, you're wrong, just like people are saying things about, you know, Tana Mojo, all these other people, right? It's like, are you going to be willing to take a look at that? Or what it's going to prove to the world is that you really don't care. I know nobody cares what I think probably 9 times out of 10 anyway, right? I mean, not the people, I know some of you do, and I really, really appreciate that. But I know the majority of the people that watch these videos that are YouTubers don't really care what I have to say about it, right? But if I was going to give a suggestion, this is what I would do. You know, Gabbie, reach out to Trisha Paytas, okay? Reach out to her, text her, and say, is there any way that we can sit in a room? I'll hire y'all make enough money, let's just be for real, okay? I'm willing to hire a mediator to sit in a room with us, okay? And talk this out so that we can get to the other side of this, and maybe we can agree to just disagree, or I don't know, get along on some level. If we even need to sign something, some kind of deal or whatever, so going forward we won't talk about the other person. You tell me, listen, I want to tell you something, okay? 3 years ago, Shannon Rose asked me to never make another video about her. I have never made another Shannon Rose video again, okay? I have no beef with Shannon Rose today, all right? And I wish her all the best in the entire world, and we've had very nice exchanges since then. I mean, you guys are grown adults. Can you, other than that, why'd you need to do this apology? You could have just got into an apology video and said, you guys, I screwed up. I would have been more impressed with Gabbie if she got on video, like I say about everybody else, and been very, very real with her audience and said, you guys, I was wrong. I shouldn't have maybe gone on the video and the interview and stirred things up again. I don't know. I didn't really think that Gabbie did anything wrong in the interview. That's what I'm so confused about this. I feel like this is continuing it more than anything else. So when people are like, well, she's so vulnerable, she's taking responsibility. No, we've seen this Gabbie before, okay? And I feel like in the last couple things she's done with the video that you go watch the video she does about Trisha, she's very calm, she's very patient. It very much almost kind of feels like she's kind of baiting, like she's trying to bait Trisha to do something again. I don't know. I wish Gabbie all the best. I do. I think that YouTube is a difficult place to live. I think Twitter is a difficult place to live, right? But I do think we're not talking about people that are 15 years old, okay? We're talking about people that are in their 30s. They should be able to have conversations with each other where they can sit down and they can come to some kind of formed agreement, okay? These are huge millionaire business people that are making a lot of money, okay, off of this kind of drama on YouTube. You should think that they should be able to sit down, and I'm sure they've made business deals with other companies since they're musicians and they do sponsorship, that they should be able to sit down with somebody that they've had a disagreement with, even a long-going one, and say, is there any way that we can work this out? Is there any way we can just never mention each other's name again, and let's just go forward? And if you make that agreement, and if the other person comes out and they start talking about you again, that is on them. It is not on you. Keep on walking and sing to yourself, when I see you walking down the street and I pass you by. Because this drama isn't drama. It's the same drama and over and over and over. How many times do you need to defend yourself to the same drama, okay? You don't. You've addressed it once, you move on. So, anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.